Hey guys, so I've already filmed my little intro for this video, but I wanted to say real quick, I am doing sort of like a little mini update at the beginning of this video, so I am going to leave a timestamp when I start in on the review of the July Art of Organics box and the August, what's coming up in August from the Boxwalla. So if you're not interested in my little update, then you can just skip right to the timestamp for the product reviews. Okay, now on to the video. So welcome back to my channel. It's the summertime. Summer's been going really well here for the most part. I've been spending a lot of time with my family. It's been hard to do videos though, because with the boys home from school and spending a lot of time with them, I just haven't had the space or the time alone here in my house to film a video. So that's why I haven't been around. If you've been watching my Instagram stories, you know that I've been doing a very specialized diet called the FODMAP diet, or the low FODMAP diet. I'm not going to go into detail here. You can look at the highlights on my Instagram stories if you want more information about it. But I'm going to be doing an updated wellness video and really delve into that more, kind of tell you guys more about that and how it's been going for me. But if you are interested in what that's all about, go ahead and check out my Instagram stories on the highlights. Also, I just wanted to tell you real quickly too that a big part of my life right now here, or recently, has been doing the white supremacy challenge on Instagram. You may have seen my post on that. And I feel like it's a little bit too much for me to go into that on a video, but what it is, it's a challenge on Instagram that's being hosted or given by Layla Saad. Her tag is at Wild Mystic Woman on Instagram, and basically what it is it's a challenge for white people or people of color who can pass as white, or who have white privilege in our society, along with white people, of course, who have white privilege, to really do the inner work to dismantle racism within ourselves and really look at that closely and deeply, to dismantle it within ourselves so that we can help, dismantle it in society. And I think it's pretty easy, as I definitely consider myself progressive, and I think it's easy as progressives to feel like we are already, doing the work, or we don't have to do the work because we are already, combating racism. But I think that's, a pretty big fallacy. And anyway, like I said, I'm not going to go too deeply into it here, but if you are interested in this challenge, you can go to my feed and it's very clear as day what post that is. It goes a little bit more in depth into my experience with it, has all the links. It talks a little bit more about how to do the challenge if you're interested, and the link to Layla's page or her feed on Instagram. So, and I also will link below to a YouTube video that I just watched given by Walida Imarisha, I think is how you say her name, and she's actually a professor here at Portland State, and it's a really incredible talk about the history of Oregon and how Oregon started as a state, and actually its racist beginnings, which I have sort of heard about but never really delved into. And it's fascinating, and it actually isn't just specific to Oregon, but just sort of as our country as a whole. And it's really enlightening, and I encourage you guys to watch it. So I will link that below. It's fascinating, and it's actually not even really that long. It's about 15 minutes, but it's a fantastic video. So let us go ahead and delve into the reviews here. And I am going to start with the Art of Organics July box, which is, we're in the month of July, so it's available right now if you want to subscribe. So before we get into the products, let's talk about what the box looks like. So here's the box, and here's the pamphlet. The theme is Illuminate, so that's great for the summertime to get the glow going. The first product is the Leahlani Aloha Ambrosia Hydrating Moisture Serum. Here's the lovely turquoise box. Here's the lovely bottle with the turquoise label on it. And I kind of surprised myself with how much I really like this product. First, I was a little leery of the jasmine scent in it. If you followed me or if you've been watching my videos, you know that I adore the scent of jasmine sambac, but I'm not super crazy about the jasmine grandiflorum, which I believe this is the jasmine grandiflorum flower extract. So I was a little bit, you know, unsure about it. But because this oil serum has the oils of guava, mangosteen, and passion fruit, it really kind of gives it like a fruity, jasmine-y scent, but it also is very grounding as well, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what gives it kind of that resinous scent, but it is really a beautiful scent profile that I really like. So just talking about the scent right off the bat, I really love how it smells. It has organic aloe leaf extract in it, so it's very hydrating as well as moisturizing. So of course the oils are going to give the moisture to it. And it has olive squalene in it, and olive squalene has a really lovely slip to it, not unlike kind of a silicone slip. And I think CJ mentioned that in his video as well. So it works really nicely as a makeup primer. I put it on my skin before I put on my foundation this morning, and I haven't been outside, so I didn't do any SPF this morning. I just used the Ilia serum foundation on top. And it's just a beautiful combination. So it hydrates, it moisturizes, it acts as a really nice primer. So all around, it's just been a really lovely day moisturizer. I don't think I'd really use this at nighttime. I prefer something a little bit thicker and more cushiony for a nighttime oil, but for daytime, it's really lovely. And the name itself says morning moisture. So, you know, it is for the daytime. And what I really like about it is it mixes really well with things. So an example is the Earthwise Beauty Fairazad's Veil. This is a powder zinc oxide, so it's an SPF powder, and so I have been mixing these two together and it works really, really well. So I think there must be something about the squalane oil that with that, like I said, sort of that almost silicone-y slip that helps things mix really well with it. So these two things together have been fantastic. And then moving to the, oh, and then I also want to say that this is retail of $56. The next product is the AuNaturale Begonia highlighter. And this is a highlighter that has pinky gold. It's mostly pinky gold with some coppery highlights in it. And these two mix really well together. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. But how I've been using this on its own is actually as an eyeshadow, because this is a little bit too goldy, coppery on its own for me to use as a highlighter. So I actually have this on my eyes. I don't know if you can see this very well, but I have this on my eyes today just sort of as a wash of color on the mobile lid and then up here as well. And then what I did today is, and you got to be kind of careful with this because when you spray it, you can see it gives that puff. So you just want to be a little bit careful and gentle when you press it down. But what I've been doing is combining that with a little pump of the oil, and then I mix it together, and it just creates a really beautiful liquid highlighter. And then that is how I prefer to use it on my skin, and then I just patted it on my cheekbones today, right on here, and then it just creates a really lovely highlighter. And like I said, the smell is just really beautiful. It doesn't have like that super heady, a little bit overwhelming jasmine smell that I can't put on my face. It doesn't have that at all. I think the fruitiness really balances it out. And again, it's not like a sickly, sweet, fruity scent at all. It's just very well balanced and mild, and it dissipates. I would say maybe lasts on the skin for about an hour, possibly, maybe not quite that long, but it does dissipate. So anyway, back to this as the highlighter. I really like using it as a liquid highlighter with the Aloha Ambrosia and putting it on the tops of my cheekbones. I've also used it as sort of like the brow highlight, and then just dabbing it just really very subtly, gently, just right at the cupid's bow, and that's what I did this morning. So that's what I have on my face today. So this retails for $25, so the box itself has an $81 value, and then you pay $39 a month per box. And then if you're not subscribed yet, you do need to pay 2 months in advance, and that's $78. So as far as sort of like that summer vibe, just really glowy, good prep for the skin, good moisture for the skin, and hydration, you know, and then giving yourself like a nice glowy highlighter. I think this is a really great combination. So I really am loving this box. When I first saw the products, I wasn't too sure how they were going to go down with me, especially with the jasmine. And I wasn't, you know, I just wasn't too sure how I was going to feel about this, but I turned out to really, really love this in terms of mixing it with the Leahlani product. And I don't know, gosh, did I even say that this was Leahlani? I'm not too sure. I think maybe I just jumped right into the name of the product, but this is Leahlani if you guys didn't know this already. Sorry, I think I forgot about that. So moving on to the next box that I wanted to talk about is the Boxwalla. And this is coming up for August. And this is going to be the only product in the August box. And the reason for that is because this is a very expensive product. This is the African Botanics. This is their Fleur d'Afrique Intensive Recovery Oil. And this retails for $250. So very expensive product. And you can get it for $49.95. So it is a pretty amazing deal. And this is their retinol serum. So this has, let's see, a vegetable derived retinol in it. It has vitamin C, it's a vitamin C ester, coenzyme Q10, and blue marine microalgae. And the microalgae is rich in antioxidants, minerals, and peptides. So as for the scent, okay, we're talking about jasmine again. This has jasmine and rose in it. This also has the jasmine grandiflorum in it. And again, I was also a little bit unsure, you know, how was I going to feel about this? And you know, for the balancing out, the rose definitely balances out the jasmine. So it is not overwhelmingly jasmine, but I would say if you're not a jasmine lover, you might not like this because there's no getting around it. It is very jasmine-y. The rose tempers it enough for me that the jasmine, that I can definitely wear it on my face and I'm not like, oh my God, this jasmine is suffocating me. But having said that, the one thing that actually surprises me that I'm not super crazy about in terms of the scent is the Kalahari melon. And I didn't really realize that this has Kalahari melon oil is the first ingredient. And I'm not super crazy about the scent of that. It kind of has that like mildly cucumber scent that sort of reads a little synthetic to me. And I'm not, obviously it's not synthetic, and I'm not exactly sure why it reads that way to me, but there's a Lena Hansen oil, and I'm not sure if it's her, like her sensitive baby serum that has the Kalahari melon. I'm not sure, I can't remember which one it is, but there is one of her products that has that Kalahari melon in it, and I wasn't able to use that one either. So I think there's just something about that particular oil that I just, you know, my nose just doesn't really love it. So because of that, I'm not super in love with the scent. Now, I'm able to wear it and I can use it. I just don't really love using this at night. It's just, I think that, like I said, kind of that almost like cucumber leaning smell overrides the, it's interesting, but it overrides the jasmine and rose for me. Now, I think that for other people, it would be completely different. They might not even smell that aspect of this scent profile, but for me, I can pick it out immediately. So I'm not able to wear this at nighttime, but I can wear it during the day. And I think it's because like I'm out and about and I'm doing things and I'm just distracted, so I'm not like picking apart the smell. So it's been great for the day. It feels really good on the skin. It's actually a very, it's got a very thin texture. I don't know if you can see that. And then it just kind of, I don't know if you can see that just sort of running down my hand a little bit there. So it's a very thin oil. So if you like thin textured oils, you would really like this. I mean, it feels great on the skin. Of course, it's very moisturizing, and my hand feels soft and amazing right now. But For me, I think that this is something I could only use during the day, and the percentage of the retinol, even though they haven't disclosed it, it is the second to the last ingredient, so it is a very, very low percentage, and it's fine to use during the day. And just to say that it is okay that these two, the vitamin A and the vitamin C, the vitamin A being the retinol, are okay to have in the same formulation, because apparently, and this is according to a comment that was left on my feed from African Botanics after somebody was wondering about this, if the two could be used in the same formula, that vitamin C actually helps stabilize retinol in the formula and helps it penetrate the skin better. So just in case you guys are wondering about the retinol and the vitamin C being in the same formula. So it feels great on the skin. Like I said, it's a thinner oil, which I think is great for the day. But I am the kind of person who, you know, I definitely want to use retinol at night. And I do also tend to be the kind of person who wants a little bit thicker of an oil, a little bit more cushiony feeling. And I definitely get that from the pestle and mortar retinol oil, or retinoid, I should say. The pestle and mortar is not a retinol. It's has the retinoic acid ester in it. And then also I am really, really loving the Jordan Samuel Etoile with retinol. So I think in my next video I'm going to talk about those and sort of hone in on what my current favorites are for the retinol, like do an update from my retinoid video. So I do really, really like this, but I'm not totally in love with it. So for me, I am thrilled to have tried this and, you know, to have experienced kind of like the cult status, as it were, you know, product from African Botanics. But I don't think I mean, I definitely would not be spending $250 for this product in the future. So I'm glad to have it. I mean, even though, you know, for both of these boxes, I'm like an ambassador for the brand, or, you know, insider, whatever you want to call it. So I am sent these for free to review for you guys. So I did not spend $49.95 on this, but I think it's great for everybody to have the opportunity to experience this at such a lower price. So I would definitely be doing that, you know, to get the chance to have this at such a lower price. But, you know, moving forward, this is not something that I would purchase for $250, because that Jordan Samuel retinol is amazing, and it's like $43, I think. And then even the pestle and mortar one, I think, is around $90 or a little bit more. And I do think I prefer that one as well. So that's my experience with the Fleur d'Afrique. And I think that there's probably some other reviewers out there who got the boxes early, who probably, you know, have no problem with the Kalahari melon scent. And, you know, that's just kind of my personal issue. And then again, I do like the thicker oil. So that kind of wraps it up for the boxes that are coming. Let's see, I mean, the current July box, and then what's coming from Boxwalla in August, and then just what's been going on with me recently. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And thanks again so much, you guys.